Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Luke.
And I'm Jacob.
And welcome to Season 2 of CoffeeShop Conversations.
CoffeeShop Conversations takes a journey to the lives of everyday people who make significant, but yet uncelebrated and unrecognized contributions to humanity.
Here at the Coffee Shop, we're going to introduce to you some of the most amazing people who do great things in the community and around the world.
Before you finish checking us out, please hit the subscribe button below because you don't want to miss a thing.
What's up, everybody? We're back here today at Brouhaha Coffee House in Overland Park, Kansas, talking to Mr. Chuck Allen, director and founder of I Am My Brother's Keeper. What's up, Chuck?
How you guys doing? Good to be here.
You said after you pulled your hamstring by the track meet, you said you were thinking about thoughts of suicide. So I want to talk about mental health. And back then, how can you relate mental health in society back then to mental health in society today? Because were you receiving any type of help or guidance back then at all? Was anyone even talking about it?
No, it was really embarrassing if you showed your weakness. And unfortunately, boys in particular learn that at a very early age to suppress your emotions. And we learned that because a dad will say to a boy who might be a toddler who falls down and skins his knee, "Get up, boy, you're okay, just get up, don't, suck it up, keep going." Right. And we train boys to neglect those feelings and just get up and keep going. There's sometimes that you just don't know how to deal with what you're going through. And I remember laying in my bed, staring at the ceiling with tears coming down my face, just thinking to myself, I don't want to be here. I hope I don't wake up in the morning. But I didn't want to tell anybody. I didn't tell anybody. As a matter of fact, I went on with life as if nothing horrible was happening inside my heart and my head because of the stigma that's attached to weakness and mental health. I experienced it again in ministry. I went from high school and experiencing wanting to commit suicide to never talking about it, and covering up those things in shame, to as an adult when I was working in a ministry and finally had to step away, and I didn't know what was going on in my head, in my heart, and I was feeling these things that I didn't understand, and it was suggested you need to get not only a coach, but you need to see a counselor. And I thought, counselor, man, I'm strong. And it's almost like a coach saying, or telling the coach, I'm okay, I'm good.
Saying, like a coach saying you need extra training.
Right. Like,
but
no.
You say, no, I'm good.
Or in that sense, when a coach says, are you okay? When you know you're really injured, but you keep going because that's your one best.
Because I'm okay. I want to get in the game. I'm strong enough to do this, when in fact I wasn't. And it took me getting older to understand how important it was to have good people around you to help you see things that you can't see. So I started seeing a counselor, and he would ask me questions about things I would tell him that would open my eyes to why I was behaving in certain ways. And I had never had the opportunity for somebody to look and listen to things that I was explaining and be able to tell me, well, this is probably connected to that, and that's probably connected to why you did this. And I began to see counseling as something that was necessary for me to grow as a person and spiritually. It's like a different level of discipleship when you have a Christian counselor telling you things that you don't understand about yourself. So I wanted other people to experience this, which really led me into our current ministry. Our current ministry is called I Am My Brother's Keeper. And I Am My Brother's Keeper specifically works with urban ministry leaders and their spouses to help them understand that it's okay if you're not okay.
Right.
But you've got to tell somebody that you're not okay. Just to break through that stigma that says keep it to yourself, don't air your dirty laundry, don't show weakness. Breaking that stigma down has been difficult, but because I've done it, as far as I've done it meaning I've gone to a counselor. I have a coach, a life coach. I see every month. I have these people who are helping to strengthen me and help me figure things out up here. It's easier for other men and women in ministry to say, oh, you've done that. Okay, then maybe I can as well.
And this is a perfect example of when God kind of like broke into your heart and kind of transformed you, and now He's using you to transform other people.
Right, and I said this earlier, everything you're doing or everything you've done is preparing you for something that's yet to come.
Yeah.
And even in life's difficulties, when you go through something very difficult, there's purpose behind it. But in our pain, we don't always understand, why are you allowing this to happen, God? Why are you doing this? Well, because He has a perfect plan. In the Bible, it talks about we don't understand what God does. How can you understand what God does? Can you question the authority of God or question what God's doing? It's like, you don't know. And we don't. We just have to trust that I have things taken care of, God, and we're going to work this out. You just don't see it yet. And that level of trust has to be developed through the relationship with Christ, that you just have conversations with Him about your life, and He says, well, this is why this happened. And when I fell into that, a state of depression or didn't understand what was going on in my life, God used that to move me closer to people who can help me. Right. And now I'm using that to move people closer so that they can get the same kind of help.
How did that lead into you starting I Am My Brother's Keeper?
Well, there's I'm going to forget this scripture, but it talks about we comfort others with the comfort we first receive from God. When we go through our difficulty, we can help people through theirs because of how we got through ours. Yeah. And because after I left this ministry and was struggling and I'd seen a counselor and was helped through some things, I wanted to help other people get through it.
It's a testimony.
Yeah, so
basically, God calls us to share our testimony with others to hopefully lead them to be with Christ as well, and they lead others and they lead them.
Yeah, so I genuinely wanted people not to experience the things that I experienced. I didn't want them to burn out. I didn't want them to feel stressed. I wanted them to spend more time with their families, etc. So we started this ministry to help more people take better care of themselves.